Ukrainian drones attacking southwestern Russia.
The biggest pleasure and inspiration for them when we accomplish our mission.
Who are you? Ted Lasso or Sir Alex Ferguson when you manage your team?
It's hard to say. Depends on situation. There's no difference men or women. The main thing is to accomplish the mission. Victory is the main priority for our country. Everyone works for victory.
Do you prefer young and wild or mature and experienced?
Good question.
Hello, I'm Jenny Klochka. You're watching my podcast, the platform for guest stories beyond your daily news, unless something phenomenal historical happens. And then, of course, I can't resist and we go, invite the guest and discuss all those peculiarities. Today, it's something in the middle because it's not so much from the newsfeed, but just a bit. So today we discuss the drones in the air, the drones which operate and conduct successful operations in the sea and bringing lots of good news for Ukraine in the Black Sea. So my guest today, he has some affiliation to the secret Group 13 we had commander on the podcast. I leave his interview here on the link and also the link in the description under the video. And also he will open more about himself and work he does. Maestro, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for finding time to talk to me today. Let's talk about the operations you are very proud of and those you are trying to achieve in the future as well. We discussed before the interview that you have some connections to the operations of drowning Su-30 and Me-8. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Скоригуйте мене, будь ласка, якщо я помиляюсь.
You are right. Also, I would like to add that we work with flying drones as well. We take the strategic targets that our commanders want us to destroy. We work very effectively with the air and water targets.
Ukraine's president awarded with medals Group 13 for one of their destroyed Russian warships, and he mentioned the team in his evening addresses with gratitude numerous times. How does it make you feel after such professional happiness and adrenaline? Do you feel the pressure to keep the level of success, to improve your performance, or you keep your minds focused on the next assignment and away from all of this?
Usually, after every successful operation, we don't get to rest and relax. We either preparing to conduct the next operation or about to start planning it. We work non-stop.
Let's go back to these operations, particularly to those that made history once and then again. The drowning of Su-30 happened recently, on the 2nd of May.
Дуже нещодавно, 2 травня це затрапилося. Ось і це був не один літак.
It wasn't just one jet, it was two of them. It's an incredible achievement at night.
Саме вночі і враховуючи, що
I discussed this operation with one of our F-16 pilots who completed his training. He said our guys made amazing thing using all the strengths of the superjet as its weaknesses. I mean, particularly its speed and high. So at the moment, the jet was low and slow.
Він був дуже повільний і він був близько, тобто його сильні сторони.
Did you calculate that during the planning?
Під час планування планування цієї операції. Це враховувалось, це було одним із цілей, які треба досягнути, ну, якось, знаєте, крок 1, 2, 3. От, чи насправді мета була одна, а це вже такі другорядні те, що сталося в процесі.
Our aim is always the same, but there can be a few tasks.
Це була одна із задач. Тобто ми її успішно виконали.
It was one of our assignments. We successfully achieved it.
Їхні недоліки зіграли.
Their faults played for our benefits. Of course, thanks to Commander 13th smart planning of the operation, and we managed to complete the mission successfully.
А ви під час планування, ви включаєте в свою групу, наприклад, пілотів?
During the planning of the operation, do you include pilots to the group or Air Forces representatives? Because you have own specific knowledge, calculations, you understand Magura, there's V7 model, and you surely need additional understanding of helicopters or jets and being able to trick the enemy, use everything to achieve aims and objectives. Do you invite these colleagues?
Все звертати на свою користь. Підключаєте колег?
I understand what you mean, and if we include other experts for consultations regarding water or air, if we are interested in the warships, then we need people with deep expertise on the subject who can point out the weaknesses, and the same with aviation. I think it depends on the complexity of the assignment. We can rely on the experts beyond our organization. I can't give any more details about it.
Сили і засобів, щоб можна було самим спланувати. В принципі, точно так само ми можемо підключати і різні підрозділи.
However, we feel confident with our knowledge ourselves during planning operations.
Тобто будь-які, які стосуються Сил оборони України.
In 2022, during my meeting with representatives of Ukraine's general staff, I was told the US and UK officers were part of the planning operations. In your case, the foreign colleagues might be willing to learn from you and your operations.
У вашому випадку, от, зокрема, якщо ми говоримо про дрони, і в повітрі, і в морі,
Bear in mind that nobody took drones seriously until Ukraine kicked out Russians from Kiev region.
Ніхто не сприймав серйозно дрони як силу, поки Україна, не вигнала
It was the moment when my friend's British officer said that Ukraine rewrote war textbooks and changed the history.
Підручники з ведення війни. Україна абсолютно відкриває нові сторінки, творить історію. Моє питання, чи
I would like to know if your foreign colleagues can be useful during the planning without having practice of drones usage like you do.
З-за кордону, не маючи практики цієї, яка вже є в Україні.
Of course, they can be useful. They have a very good school of methodical planning.
У них є гарна школа і гарна методологія для того, щоб, наприклад, можна було вірно...
It allows perfectly to plan each stage of the operation. Also, they have experience of using modern ammunition, which just starting to arrive for us. Easy example, Patriot systems. Our guys are learning, and the NATO reps have good knowledge how to deal with it effectively. Of course, they lack of experience of war, but still their skills are useful for us. It's a mutual process of sharing experience.
Yes, but they are not so experienced with drones. I know from your colleagues of other units of Ukraine's armed forces There are a lot of foreign engineers bringing their drones to Ukraine and their specifications which rarely confirmed during the practice because it needs further development.
Або сириби, або ще не до кінця розробленими. І насправді от саме українські дрони,
At the moment,
вони
Ukrainian
поки що
drones are the
виграють,
best so
вони і
far. It's cheaper
дешевші
to
у
make and better
виробництві, і
performance on
краще
the
показують себе
battlefield.
на полі бою.
It's true. It's confirmed fact.
Дуже гарне, навіть не припущення, а це факт.
Our makers are better and faster adapt to the war situation.
До умов ведення бойових дій постійно йде якісь певні
They easily improve its details and software to navigate effectively in the air and the sea.
для того, щоб дрони як на повітрі, так і в воді могли краще функціонувати.
Especially in the situation of the electronic warfare, including the minimization of radio-electronic identification.
Тому, да, в нас в цьому плані набагато краща реакція.
We are ahead of everybody. It is so because we are testing it in real time on the battlefield.
Да, ми в цьому виграємо.
During the operation of drowning, Me-8 and Su-30 were used different missiles, am I right? Because Su-30 were used AIM-9 and for taking down Me-8 used R-28? I think I'm wrong, am I? Please correct me. And the first question, was it different missiles for these operations?
Дивіться, не впевнений, що
I am not sure I can talk about it.
так, дані засоби
Missiles R-730 were used. It is Soviet air-to-air class. Yes, AIM-9 also were used. It is not a secret anymore and published on our official website. Referring to your question, which missile, I am not sure we can talk about it. Please check out our official website.
Ваша безпосередня робота, ви більше
After I watched a documentary about drones, I understand there's one part of the team that takes drones on the water.
епоху дронів.
And it looks the most exciting part for me personally. There's another part of the team who looks like they play the computer games.
Найприємніша частина роботи їдуть по морю, там чи по воді, запускаються дрони, активують
Where they are maneuvering, pressing the buttons, using the moment and tricking the enemy.
І вона фактично грає в комп'ютерну гру.
Where are you personally? In the sea where all the fun, or with those who play so-called computer games?
Там, де по морю, там, де веселіше, чи там, де в комп'ютерні ігри грають?
I wish I could say I am. Where's the fun? Physical work is always more exciting and more dangerous. The guys who release the drones under the high risk, because the enemy is always trying to find and hit with missiles of their location. But my job is to be somewhere else.
Тобто ви десь в пункту управління, тут нажимаєте і
So you are
сподіваєтеся,
the
що саме
drone
ваш
control
дрон
compound, pressing the buttons and hope
піде
that
там, де
your
треба.
drone hits the
Я
target.
правильно
Am I right or wrong?
розумію, чи не туди?
Something like that.
Скажіть, будь ласка, як проходять тренування?
How do you train people? Because I understand how it happens with snipers and artillery between their missions. I understand they go to some training grounds, use their guns and hit the targets, improving their skills.
Починають стріляти, відточують якісь навички.
How do you train when you need to use 250 kilos of explosives? It's impossible to be undetected, and people in Ukraine are traumatized and very sensitive to any explosions.
Тобто навіть якщо це якісь там кар'єри, озера, передусім
Do you need to go to some lakes or ponds? But I'm as a civilian feeling sorry for the nature. It's impossible to be unnoticeable as well. How do you do it? How do you improve your professional skills?
That's a good question. First of all, our ammunition is not cheap.
членів команди.
Our selection of the team members was very strict, and we have got the best.
Що це дало нам в свою чергу? Можливість застосування
What have we achieved?
людей
We have got a team without need to give them basic training.
без фактичної такої була підготовка з самого початку.
Our team learns during conducting operations. We achieve very good results.
Люди як і навчаються, так і працюють. І результати доволі таки високі. Часу на навчання доволі таки мало, тому що це
We don't have time for the training, as it is quite demanding aspect of our work.
ресурсозатратний, тому постійно
We are getting training during our missions.
або, скажімо так, підготовка відбувається під час виконання завдання. В процесі.
Один із моментів, який мені цікаво, дрон постійно вдосконалюється.
I'm very
Відстань,
interested in
якісь
one
технічні
moment.
особливості. І мені цікаво, що первинне. Первинне, наприклад, у нас є мета
The drone is constantly getting improvements.
взірвати.
What's the main priority? For example, we aim to destroy something in the air, if we talk FPV drone, right? In terms of Magura, we aim to drown the warship or Russian helicopter. Are you trying to take down this target, or you get in there through adding and improving some details and increasing distance? If we use this element, we would go 800 kilometers. If we add that one, we might be able to make 1500 kilometers and make something impressive. What's the priority in the process? Aim or experiments with components and see how it goes?
Що первинне? Мета чи от якось оця гра з технічними елементами і подивитися, що зможна цього досягти?
Дивіться, так як я
I am managing the team that uses all sorts of drones, not only water, air as well.
Тому можу сказати наступне, так як я і говорив. Мета одна, завдання різні.
As I mentioned before, we have the same aim, but our assignments can be different. It depends on our task.
Це платформа. На цю платформу там, чи підплатформу ми можемо вибрати засоби.
For instance, Magura, it's a platform or semi-platform. We can use different tools, missile carriers, turrets, radars. We have different tasks to accomplish, and then we decide what and how we are going to use to accomplish it. It's as simple as that.
Це насправді просто дуже.
Дивіться, коли сидить група операторів дронів, так? Чи
When the group of the drone operators during the mission is hidden somewhere, there's in a bunker, covered, secure, and everyone is focused on their own drone, do you have a physical feeling that you are playing a computer game, or the responsibility and pressure is so strong that is far from the game?
реалії розслабленості і просто насолоди від цього тик-тик?
My duties are higher than directing the drone, and our people do not have time for enjoying and having fun during the mission.
Скажу так, люди насправді часу, як для такого там насолодження роботою, в принципі, не мають. Але коли сам процес відбувається...
The biggest pleasure and inspiration for them when we accomplish our mission.
Найкраще, мабуть, відчуття, за останні дні це точно. Тому, да, мабуть, да. Так-то просто...
It's just a job until this very final moment when we achieve our aims and objectives.
Безпосередньо вже фінальний етап виконання завдання. Це, мабуть,
It becomes something bigger, much bigger.
щось більше переростає, набагато більше.
Дивіться, деякі українські спікери або, скажімо, там медіаперсони, які дотичні до...
There are some Ukrainian media personalities who has very strong ties to the war since 2014. I mean those who are on the negative side but call themselves realist. Usually their claims pessimistic, and one of the recent claims that Russia established the enormous quantity of FPV drones and Ukraine is far behind.
То, наприклад, росіяни це поставили на якийсь там страшенно величезний поток, і вони попереду нас.
Some time ago, we were on the same level, but now they are so much ahead of us. Would you agree on that? We need to change approach and increase the manufacturing to enforce this aspect of drone making. What's your take?
Підсилити оцей дронний фронт.
Да, дивіться, я з вами повністю згоден, насправді. Є такі проблеми.
I absolutely agree with
На
you.
мою думку, одна з основних проблем – це брак фінансування.
There are such issues. We have problems with financing because with lack of international support.
Тому що це, відповідно, якщо міжнародна підтримка навіть надходить...
Ukraine receives investments from abroad. The money goes to the drones manufacturing, all sorts of types and class, small and big, short and long distance, FPV, doesn't matter.
Ударні дрони, і ближні, і середні, і FPV немає.
Ukraine's military-industrial complex is not the same as in Russia. Our core suppliers, private-owned businesses, they need support and guaranteed contracts. If they have the best product, if their product wasn't bought, it's a serious problem.
Можливість, щоб їх там контрактували, якщо їхні дрони не найкращі, а якщо їх не купують, то це для них таки доволі серйозна проблема.
I think our president considers opening the opportunity of export ammunition to help manufacturers.
Експорту зброї для того, щоб частково там певному проценту відношення, для того, щоб допомогти виробникам, допомогти. Це дасть додатковий поштовх.
It should give them the boost for improvement of different class drones and protect manufacturers from degradation and stagnation.
Кажу, як є, щоб виробники не деградували, не стояли на місці. Це ж постійний, це безперервний процес.
It's a non-stop process. It our enemy makes, improves, we have got to be better. It can be FPV, and we have to figure out how to beat them.
Якщо він удосконалюється, ми стараємось придумувати різні способи по протидії, це в тому числі...
For instance, the electronic warfare systems on the cars to protect the armed forces personnel. It's a non-stop process.
Так, це безперервний процес, доволі складна історія. В Росії...
Very complicated story. Russian Federation ahead at the moment, and we have issue with it, because they have more financial resources.
Ну, так, поки що, да.
Дивіться. Ви сказали про те,
You mentioned the all skills you improved during battles. Recently, I had conversations with former fighter jet pilot, ex-marshal. We discussed the role of women in the air forces. He explained, from the business point of view, to train one fighter jet pilot needs £100 million.
І він пояснив, що з фінансової точки зору, щоб тренування одного пілота йде близько 100 мільйонів фунтів. І тут треба, така солідна...
It takes many years for this pilot to become an effective in the battlefield. Have you counted how much does it take to train a specialist for you? And what's the role of women in your team? I'm sure you have enough of them, as there are between 60 and 80,000 women in Ukraine's armed forces.
В Україні там 60-80 тисяч жінок служать в ЗСУ. Я впевнена, що дійшли до вас представники.
Да, це вірно.
That's a good question. Let's start from the end.
Давайте почнемо з кінця, з жінок.
Women play their role in our team determined by our commanders, and they have own chunk of work.
Керівництвом на їхньому, скажімо так, ділянці роботи.
They are responsible for very important tasks, like analytics, support, sometimes support of delivering missions. Sometimes they play the key role. I have never heard that someone was unhappy that women were delegated certain tasks.
Процес певний, щоб хтось там казав, чи комусь там не подобалося, чому ця жінка там, чому
Nobody objecting. Women do their job. Everyone listens to them and help. Fantastic teamwork. No issues whatsoever. There's no difference men or women. The main thing is to accomplish the mission. Victory is the main priority for our country. Everyone works for victory.
Скажіть, будь ласка, ви коли обираєте в свою команду, от ви сказали, що ви керуєте
When you're
підрозділом,
choosing people for your team, you mentioned
і
you're a team
ясно, що у
leader.
вас є
Of
там
course,
всі
you have the
професійні
system of
відмірки,
selection
там
on
перевірки
specialists.
організації, все, але особисто ви надаєте перевагу
Do you
таким молодим,
prefer
зеленим,
young and wild or
які
mature and
гей-гей-гей,
experienced?
чи тертим калачам з досвідом?
I prefer young ones.
А чому?
Why?
I will explain. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, I can see the results of this approach. Young are easier to train. They are easier to adapt to the issues and challenges. As it's not always perfect, and they are easygoing, they are good and fast at learning. Sometimes we want to invite civilians to join our team, and we prefer young ones with accomplishments and have good results. They can be different field professionals. They can be businessmen, IT specialists. Some can manage those companies, and some can be software specialists. And coding, it's very important as well. Different levels of managers. Different. Very different background. As for women, I never say only men wanted, or I am not interested in women. It's never the case. We all work very well. If we have a good candidate and she is a woman and she is passionate, it's great. We have cases when women prove to be much better than men in her field. Then why not? I don't see the problem. You are emphasizing so strongly on the differences of jobs for men and women. The truth is, they can do any kind of jobs. I can talk about my team, but I know in armed forces many women on the front positions. And in charge of the different systems, including air defense or patrol boats, very various positions. We do not focus on gender. We care about their professional qualification, not gender. We all have one aim: victory.
Абсолютно.
Are you familiar with sports, football particularly?
Let's say that my wife loves watching football and I just sit next to her.
Тоді хорошо. Значить, дивіться, ось
That's good.
ви
You have
сказали,
mentioned
що
that
у
you're
вас є
managing your
підрозділ,
own
яким
team.
ви
There are
керуєте.
different styles of managing.
Ось, і
There's
є
TV
різні
program
методи, є
about
різні стилі
football,
керування.
Ted Lasso.
Чому я запитала вас про футбол? Ось є серіал про футбол. Ну, він такий більше людський, тобто не треба розумітися чи знатися на футболі, щоб його
And
дивитися.
you don't
Тед
need to be
Лассо.
expert
І
to watch it. Have you
там
watched it?
ви дивилися, так?
Unfortunately, no.
Highly recommended for family to watch. We enjoyed with my husband. I'm not the person who would spend Saturday and Sunday afternoon watching football. Also, it was filmed close to where I live. Why did I mention Ted Lasso? It's a nice program to watch, especially if your wife loves football. Ted Lasso had a special style of managing people, very positive, almost child naivety, but in real, very deep care with sympathy for people, helping them through challenges. Also, there are managers who are focused on having top stars in their concepts. Ted Lasso is different. He's healing the hearts, warm with love. There's another style, a real person, Sir Alex Ferguson, legendary manager of Man United. He made out of this club the global superpower. His approach is about strict discipline, perfection. I can't say like an army, but he's strict, tough approach.
І він саме його стиль, він дуже дисципліна, вдосконалення. Ну, я не можу сказати, що армія, але доволі суворий і такий.
He's achieved a lot, delivered lots of victories and cups. Who
Who
are you? Ted Lasso or Sir Alex Ferguson when you manage your team?
Тед Лассо чи Алекс Фергюсон, коли керуєте своїм підрозділом?
Йо-моє.
It's hard to say.
Складно сказати.
Depends on
Дивлячись,
situation.
буває. Ну, в основному у мене стиль керівництва м'який. Можливо, це не зовсім правильно.
My style of leadership is soft. It might not be right.
Це доволі таки жорстким. Але я з самого
There are
початку
moments you need to be
своєї
tough.
системи
I try.
те, що він працював, буде банально звучати на перемогу. Ну, саме основне,
From the
що,
start, to make the effective team who works for victory, the main thing we have to support each other.
на формування грубо як братство, братство взаємопідтримки, допомоги в тому числі.
Focus is to create a brotherhood of help and
Якщо
support.
є моменти,
If there are moments when it does not support our team values,
теж все банально просто. Я зустрічаюся з людьми і кажу, вибачте, друзі,
that's simple. I meet and say, sorry friends, it's not working, and we say goodbye.
Сил оборони дуже багато є. Значить,
There are lots of other opportunities in the armed forces. We part our ways. It's all civilized and calm. We shake hands and wish all the best to this person, where this person would feel happier, but not with us.
десь якось так.
About victory, how do you imagine it?
Мені хотілося, щоб від нас просто відстали. Щоб ми
I would love they just leave us alone.
огородилися таким великим ровом і жили собі як сильно.
I want us to return our territories, build huge wall, and live as strong, independent, democratic nation. Nobody should bother us. We will figure out our issues. Let them be with making vodka and planting veggies, or drinking boyorishnik, killing each other. Who cares? We want to mind our own business and live in peace. Everyone wants peace, victory, and return how it was before 2014. We could go to our beloved Yalta and finally enjoy holidays with friends.
Ми розберемося самі, мовні, там, якісь негаразди.
Again, we will figure out everything on our own. We need time and no interference from outside, and we will be fine. We will be the best country in the world. We will be part of the European Union and be friends with everyone.
Why Maestro?
Ой, це... Скажімо так, не хочу брехати.
I don't want to lie. It was a very interesting story.
Історія, вона була ще десь років 4 назад.
It's 4 years ago. I have a very serious assignment. I had different call sign before. Guys gave me this call sign after I managed successfully to accomplish that mission.
Дещо зробити доволі таки успішно. Зараз буде звучати
It was
погано,
life-death situation.
означає смерть. Але всі
Since then,
передумали,
it stick to me.
тоді до мене.
As simple as that.
Все було непросто.
So it's not music, it's mastery.
Yes, it's mastery.
А музика, яку пісню слухаєте на повторі?
How about music? What song do you listen again and again? I'm asking because every time I go to Ukraine, I choose a new soundtrack of my trip. I don't know when is my next trip, but I've chosen the soundtrack already. It's Ukraine's band Okan Elze 2000 Miles. Usually I get in the car, turn on this song and hope that soon I will go to Ukraine. Truth to be told, I don't know when it's going to happen. What's your song?
Я,
When I was
скажімо
young, I
так,
played
в
music
часи
instruments.
молодості грав на музичних інструментах. Що цікаво.
I love music very much.
Люблю дуже музику, насправді. В мене немає якоїсь особливої пісні.
I don't have a special song. I have favorite bands like Led Zeppelin. Love them.
Можливо, Скорпіон.
Possibly Scorpions.
Наприклад, зараз перше, що мені
On the top of my head, it's behind your eyes.
Дуже люблю грати.
I love playing it on guitar. It's lovely. I'm enjoying it.
Немає такої музики, там, як з Джеймса Бонда.
There's no such thing like in James Bond or Mission Impossible.
Я, звичайно, проста людина.
I am just a normal guy and listen to music I love.
Мені подобається.
And of course, trying not to annoy my family too much.
Щоб їм не надокучати.
What's the song?
Behind Blue Eyes.
І останнє питання. Я його ставлю.
The last question I ask all my guests.
За що?
Why do you love Ukraine?
Good question. For meadows and cliffs, and for its people. When I return from foreign work trips, you are surrounded by your own people.
За вони і кручі. За людей. За...
Even if they are not your relatives, how they treat you, their sincerity, hospitality.
За кордону. І, да, у нас дороги там супер клас, но ти приїжджаєш на свою рідну землю своїми.
Usually, our people are open-hearted with genuine smiles.
Навіть якщо вони не рідні тобі по крові. Відношення. Щирі.
No double faces.
Що мені подобається. І завжди, коли з тобою спілкуються,
People are very sincere. I love my dear Ukraine.
тобі щиро сміються, в обличчя.
Thank you so much.
Поганих думок. Просто
That was Maestro. We discussed drones today. So let me know what you think. Maybe you have other questions we could discuss and I could go back to Maestro and give more information or say for another time when he's back on the podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending this time with us and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, because YouTube analytics says that half of the people who are watching my videos, they're not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Please do. Please subscribe and welcome to the podcast. Like, share, just to help to develop this YouTube, my YouTube channel. Thank you. I'm Jenny Klochko. Good luck and have a very good day.